For most of us, what lies at the bottom of the ocean or of a lake is a mystery, and we are happy for it to remain a mystery. But for one man, it's his passion. It's his hobby. Sean McMullen is a free diving enthusiast with a passion for cleaning up the ocean floor. Here is some sound of him free diving in Prospect. Clearly sound from underwater, from a video of Sean McMullen that he shot on one of his dives. In his work, Sean finds a lot of things like bottles, clay pipes, lots of creepy dolls, lots of garbage. And recently, he has started finding items that people have lost, like cell phones and sunnies, as the Australians call sunglasses. To tell us more about Sean and his discoveries, Mainstreet's Alex Guye is back with me in Studio A. Alex, welcome back.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going. Yeah. So did you get out free diving with Sean?
No, and I don't plan to.
Okay. Tell us more about Sean, though.
Well, some listeners may know him from his YouTube channel, Saltwater Sean, where he posts videos of his dives. But he started snorkeling when he was young because he was inspired by his father.
I've always been interested in it since I was a kid. My dad is a scuba diver. And I remember he would come back from adventures in the harbor with a friend of his, Bob Chalk, and they would go on dives together, and Dad would bring back these cool little items, and I just remember thinking that was so interesting, and then I started developing a love for snorkeling and started looking in lakes as a kid for stuff, and then I kind of forgot about it as I got older and went to school, got married. And then during the pandemic, I was looking for something to do, and I just started thinking, maybe I should just kind of dive into this, so to speak, full time, or not full time, but to make it more of a hobby, and it kind of just took off from there.
That's Sean McMullen, or Saltwater Sean, as he's known. He also said since he spends so much time underwater already, he felt weird about not taking the trash with him after his dives.
So this is like the whole leave no trace. It seems like he's taking that to a brand new level. Yeah. Did he talk to you about if he ever gets freaked out or nervous of the water or anything in the water?
Yeah. Well, when he was younger, he did have a fear of the water. It wasn't as intense as someone like myself, but it's called thalassophobia. That's basically just a fear of vast open water spaces. Right. But he says as he went into the water more, it began to fade. It just becomes a normal feeling to be in such a vast expanse, whether it's lakes or oceans.
I think I've done it so much now that my fear is pretty much gone. A lot of people say, Sean, are you scared of sharks or, seals or, electric eels or manta rays or whatever? And I'm just like, no, I'm honestly more afraid of getting hit by a boat, by a human, to be honest. I've been in the harbor. I've been in different coves all over the Maritimes. And I don't know, I just kind of, there's always a bit of a risk, swimming and going in water like that. But I don't know. I felt more confident in my abilities, and I am, very careful about safety and taking it seriously. And a lot of people have asked to want to go with me on stuff like this, and I really don't, unless they're very experienced, because it's just not something that I want to be responsible for. You got to be a strong swimmer to do this. And it's not for everyone, so that's why I like making videos on YouTube or sharing posts on Instagram or TikTok for people who want to see what's underneath the ocean, but don't necessarily want to get in it.
So that was Sean McMullen again. And
this is something he said that he grew up exposed to it, but it's something that he's really kind of gotten into since the pandemic began, which would be whatever, a year and a half or 20 years or however long it's been that we've been in this. But what has he been up to that drew him to your attention?
So he spent most of 2020 picking up trash on ocean and lake beds, but this year he's been getting more personal requests, which is kind of why I was more interested in it. Here's the sound of when he went looking for a pair of sunglasses.
Oh, there we go. They were buried in mud.
Were they?
Yeah, just the two ends were sticking out.
That is so cool. So amazing.
Oh, awesome. First try.
So those were a pair of beloved Ray-Bans Sean was able to find in Fletcher's Lake.
So how did he end up getting these? Like, how did he know to go and look for those sunglasses?
Well, I think a lot of people just started watching more and more of his YouTube videos. And at that point, I think he just kind of noticed there was a want for that, which is kind of a niche thing. But
so did he say, hey, anyone, do you want me to go look for this? Or did people start just asking him, like, hey, Sean, I happen to be near Fletcher's Lake and I dropped a pair of Ray-Bans off the dock. Can you take a look for them? How did it come about?
That's exactly what happened.
A couple months ago, I've been, making I make videos on YouTube of the things that I find, and then, I don't know, a woman reached out to me and she said, my daughter lost her iPhone. This was an iPhone 12 off a dock in the St. Mary's Boat Club in the Northwest Arm. And, that's been, would you be willing to go look for it? And I said, I'll give it a shot. It's probably gone from the tide and saltwater probably would have ruined it. But I was like, but I'll try. And so I went out and I found her phone. It had been in the ocean for 24 hours.
Wow.
And it was still on when I picked it up and brought it up, and they were shocked and they were so happy. And I didn't ask for anything. I just wanted to help. And so it's kind of been a different element to the stuff that I do, because I feel like I'm pretty good at spotting bottles buried in mud and silt. But if someone loses something, I have pretty good odds that I'm going to be able to find it for them. And I just love seeing their faces when you bring it up to the surface, because they think it's gone, right? Like that's it. So I really love doing that.
That was Saltwater Sean McMullen. So if you've lost something off a dock, in a lake, harbor, or cove, there's a guy out there who might be able to help you out. And if you want to see some of the cool stuff he's found recently, head to his YouTube channel, Saltwater Sean.
Saltwater Sean. Alex, thanks for this.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay. It's Mainstreet's Alex Guye telling us about free diving hobbyist and environmentalist, I guess fair to say now, and sleuth finder of things, Sean McMullen, a.k.a. Saltwater Sean.